Hello chefs, welcome back to Closkitchen, and for the new subscribers, welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to make my traditional homemade bread. So let's see what the ingredients will be for this recipe. I have 1 pack of fast-acting dry yeast. My next ingredient is 2 cups of warm water. My next ingredient is 3 tablespoons of white sugar that I'm going to add to my warm water. Next, I'm adding 2/3 spoons of ground cinnamon. And lastly, about 1/3 spoon of salt. I'm using my spatula to stir all the ingredients until they are all dissolved in the warm water. My ingredients have finally dissolved, so now I'm going to add that mixture to the yeast into my Ninja mixer. I'm going to mix all my ingredients until my yeast have dissolved for about 30 seconds. Now that my yeast is dissolved, I'm ready to add my other ingredients. I'm starting off with 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter, which I'm going to mix. I'm going to mix my butter until it's broken apart. The butter is finally broken apart, so now I'm ready to add my flour. I'm adding 3 cups of bread flour, half a cup at a time. I'm using the dough feature on the Ninja mixer to dissolve the flour. Once the flour has dissolved, I'm adding 2 cups, half a cup at a time, of bread flour. I'm mixing the 2 cups of flour until it is dissolved. I'm adding an extra half a cup of bread flour, then I'm going to mix it until it is dissolved. An easy way to know that it's done, that has worked for me, is when I can see through my mixer bowl. Once my dough is done, I'm going to remove it from my mixer and place it on a floured surface. Knead your dough into a smooth ball.
Let's get the headliner, 'cause they can't do the things you do to me. We about to start a fire, alright.
I have placed my dough in a greased bowl. I'm covering it with a clean towel and I'm going to let it rise for 1 hour.
First time, don't even know you, but I could do this forever.
I'm sprinkling some flour on my clean countertop. I'm taking a large piece of dough and I'm going to knead it into the shape that I desire. For my first piece of dough, I'm going to shape it into a loaf of bread.
Hands all in my pockets. If you started
And I'm going to place it in a greased pan.
on to is watch you blossom, yeah, baby. I can hear your body talking.
I'm flouring my countertop for my next piece of dough. For my braided bread, I'm grabbing a smaller piece of dough and I'm going to roll it into a rope. I'm grabbing another small piece of dough and rolling it out into a long rope. And I'm rolling out my last piece of dough to form a third rope. Now that I have all 3 dough in the shape of a rope, I'm going to crisscross them to form a braid. And at each end, I'm going to pinch the dough.
Your hand fits perfectly in mine.
Finally, I'm making my last braid with the remainder of my dough.
Before time, before they told us what's wrong and what's right, what is truth, what is lie. It would be a lie to deny this. Parade of perfect kisses, no.
Once I'm through with my second braided dough, I'm going to place it into a baking dish. I'm going to cover the loaf as well as the 2 braided dough with a clean towel and allow it to rise for 1 hour. Once the dough has risen, I'm going to bake it in a preheated oven at 350 for 1 hour and 2 minutes. Look at that beautiful golden brown color. So guys, not only my braided bread has a beautiful golden color to it, but it smells amazing. I'm adding some moisture to the braided bread by brushing it with some unsalted butter. This next step is optional, but I'm adding a little bit of honey to it. Then I'm going to use my brush to brush it onto the bread. I'm also going to flip it and also brush some butter onto the back. Next, I'm moving on to my loaf of bread. First thing I'm going to do is remove it from the pan and place it on my board. Be careful when you're doing this step. My hands are used to touching hot things. I'm also going to brush some unsalted butter on the entire loaf of bread. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And as always, keep cooking, chefs. Bye.